SJW Africa here. I want to welcome you. If this is the first time dropping by, I say thank you very much. And if you're Jehovah's Witness, I should say, watching, you want to see if a few things can filter into your ear and see if you're able to sift at the end of the day. And please do subscribe to this channel as JW Africa. As a matter of fact, subscribe to any SJW channel, any channel talking about Witnesses, smash the subscription button. Okay? You'll be helping to save lives. All right. And where you see SJ Dub, so you might not watch all the videos, but just subscribe to it. Sometimes something might pop up that would interest you. Okay, so yes, today I just want to be laid back a little bit and talk about um Bethel, Bethel service, and a few stuff that went down in Nigeria years ago. I don't know how it is now, but in the 90s, in the early 90s and late 90s to the 2000s, Bethel service was the thing in Nigeria. We haven't, I for once, uh, I didn't even know how the organization operates prior to the time Bethelite first came to our congregation. I'll see a few wash joy. I don't even know, as kids, where these things were coming from, but we know ourselves as Jehovah's Witnesses until we were told that some angels coming from Igeduma, as they will call it there, but they call it Igeduma, with a local accent, Igeduma. Well, those folks will call it Igeduma in Nigeria here. So that was my hometown, actually, my home state, Edo State. So Bethelites first came to a congregation. It was something to behold. They were like they really were like angels, because we haven't seen people like that before. Dashing young men, uh, elegant couples, and all of that. Nice, really nice people. That came around. Change the whole narrative or the whole Jehovah's Witness thing in local congregations around, because things weren't really done just like the society would have wanted to. But when the Bethelite came, they set a different standard. Congregations were a beehive of activity. A lot more preaching going on. You don't want to see the meetings are boring, but for a brief moment, you don't want to miss any meetings, because we are always expecting to see Bethelite, come to the congregation, and we were proud to associate with them and talk about a few things, and they come to, we invite them over to our houses, and they were nice people. That those early days, I must say, I look back with nostalgia. Yes, and we would always want to pay a visit to Bethel, the because that was the thing at the time. Everyone wanted a piece of the cake. Have you been to Bethel complex? Have you been there? For sightseeing, it was like when you go to Bethel, your spirituality is reinvigorated. You understand? Just like a catalyst, a spice. Well, Bethel, you see, you come back and you say, oh, Jehovah is great. Jehovah's doing wonderful things. So we will always want to go, just to be part of the glitz and the glamour. We want to go, visit and all that. So we try to lobby and get in the good books of Bethelites that would want to invite us to. But most times we don't get to, we don't get lucky because Bethelites will want to pick the girls, the ladies in the congregation, the dashing, the cutest, the hot sisters. They always get the invites. No, have you been to Bethel? Oh, I've been there 3 times. Man, I've been there. I haven't been there once. Now you got 3 times. Yeah, yeah. The other brother, sister, and so invited me the other time, and the other time that brother, you know. So I've been there 3, 4, but I've not been there. So pick this Bethelite. So sometimes we get lucky and we'll find some very good ones that we're not really into this male and female thing. They were genuine Bethelites, I must say, that would reach out to you and take you on face value and would not despise you because of who you are and all that. So we would finally get a chance to pay a visit to Bethel, and we'll try and savor the moment. But there was this time that when we would pay a visit to Bethel, we can sleep because there are no accommodations except for special guests that will come to Bethel that will get to be accommodated. So the local brothers and sisters would usually go are usually taken to uh, houses in the neighborhood, in Bethel neighborhood. There are villages and around Bethel uh, owned by brothers. Sometimes it could be a little motel or something. So the brothers and the sisters will pass the night at those places. So the following morning, they'll come to the Bethel complex. Bethelites will rush down, sometimes in their car or bicycle. They pick the sisters or the brothers up. They come back to Bethel for the rest of the day. So it was. And I remember this household that we accommodated. The brother, you know, I think we were a kid then, a little. And also, I think, how old should I be? I said 16 at the time or 15 at the time. So he would tell me stories about these Bethel brothers, these Bethelites, what they do with the sisters around, and stories that, come on, uh, we'll just talk about it. You have Bethel lights, coming to some of these houses to, you know, have sex or sleep with their sisters, their girlfriends, and all of that. And it got even worse. According to this brother, and before this story was related to me, I've also already heard from someone who is not a Jehovah's Witness. I was traveling at a time and I stopped over because I couldn't catch a bus to where I was going, and it was a nice friend, and not too far from Bethel. So after dinner, and the lady would start uh, giving some Bethel stories, and then I would stay zealous or try to talk about, hey, why don't you have you paid a visit to Bethel and all that? No, why don't you want to serve a Bible study and all of that? And she would like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. If you're talking about those Bethelites, it's a no-go area. I've seen other churches. I am not trying to say that there is no evil in other churches, but you cannot imagine that there have been a few Bethelites that were caught by the roadside having a quickie with sisters. Usually when night falls, and under the canopy of some bushes or shrubs, you this Bethelites would slug it out there, that quick. Having a quickie, mean, to full-blown sex by the roadside when the night falls. Sometimes some would not accessing the accommodation, and these houses are owned by brothers. They're a little bit, uh, getting to do those kind of stuff there might raise some concern. So yeah, I think some of them thought to themselves, they can get down here, quick 5 minutes, they done. You understand what I'm saying? This is by no means an exaggeration. The brother that housed us when I paid a visit, he had told me before what was going on. That Bethel was like the headquarters of immorality. So when this non-witness was talking about, I could relate to what he was saying, because then every sister wanna be at Bethel. Bethel was the new thing. The visit people from all over Nigeria. Some neighboring countries will come to Nigeria, to my home state. That was where the Bethel complex was. So the brothers, the Bethelites, were having their day. Like Russell would say, the Canes have had their day. The Bethelites were having their day with sisters, beautiful sisters. All right, those ones that are not going to take a second look at us local brothers. Once you are a Bethelite, you're a demigod. You're treated differently. So they pick these ones up, and sometimes they pick them that travel for vacation. A number of times they pick sisters from my congregation, and they would travel days, one of their lives. And I would say a single brother picks a single sister, and they travel together. And they will spend days before they return. These are things that were happening at Bethel. So Bethel, the house of God, was not that house of God that you would be, that was talked about on the podium. That's a place that you want to be. That place you've been, you are excited to be a part of. Bethel was nothing like that. I think this should be a part one of a series I'm going to do about Bethel, because I was very close to Bethel. There were lots of things going down at Bethel. All right. So I just felt that in this video I talk about Bethelites having sex by the roadside. Reality, not trying to exaggerate here, trying to be sensational. It is true. It happened. So, so, yeah. So the thing I'm trying to underline here, Bethel is just like every organization, like maybe a bank or any corporate organization. No, they are usually sex stories, and it's it's one of those things really. But the reason why this Bethel thing brought this house of God is in the spotlight is because this religion, the Jehovah's Witnesses, say that they are God's spokesperson on earth today. Through by associating with them, you will see God. All right, I'm not trying to pay myself. Maybe if I were at Bethel at the time, I don't know. I could have, I could have picked a few sisters and all of that. Did exactly what these Bethelites did. I said in my some of my videos before, I wasn't a good Jehovah's Witness. Um, but I did not, what I wouldn't do then was I wouldn't, I didn't want to be a hypocrite. I knew I was going to clean up at some time, at some point in time. But I wasn't going to be that immoral. And at the same time, accept privileges of service, go on the platform and talk about Jehovah's clean organization. I couldn't do that. There were some comments I would not make during the watchtower studies. But you see an elder or a ministerial servant or a Bethelite who just got off a woman last night is the lecturer for the day and is talking about Jehovah's clean organization. Watchtower killed himself when they ascended the seat of Moses. If they were just to say that they're just like every other church, who cares? Why do you have so many people speaking out against Jehovah's Witnesses? It's because of this. All right? What I just narrated now as the story can happen in other churches. All right? But these churches are not saying that it is only through them they would see God and that he is spotless, whereas they're just leopards. Does it for me on what a series I would say in one of the series I'll be coming up with. So should we tag this as part one, Bethel story? Okay, I'm just trying to underline here. There's nothing special about Bethel. The Jehovah's Witnesses, you have been fooled, and you need to do your research. This is an organization that is just like every other organization. The difference is that it's a cult, and it's easy for you to get in than to get out. And that's why there's these outcry on YouTube and on the internet about the need for people to beware of the Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, just a story for you to lay back and grab your popcorn, and if you don't mind, you can reach out for the finest Scotch whiskey. If you don't know what brand to ask for, you can ask Tony Morris for advice. SJW Africa, signing out.